Hey everybody, welcome to the Blue Collar Beer Gentleman. I'm Topher. I started this channel because I'm a fan of craft beer, but I'm also on a limited budget. And I wanted to demonstrate that it was possible to enjoy good quality beer, so I'm always looking for the best deal on this channel, and I think I found a pretty good one today. I paid $2.49 for a 12-ounce can of the Game On IPA from Level Beer. Level Beer is a Portland brewer. They are actually less than 5 miles from where I'm staying here at the edge of Portland, right next to Gresham, so they're very, very local. They are in fact an independent craft brewer. Nancy will get that logo up, but it's the bottle with it's the beer bottle upside down with the word independent nice and bold in letters. As I said, I paid $2.49 for this beer, and that was at Belmont Station, which is located at 4500 Southeast Stark here in Portland. Love that place. Nice guys, good beers, good prices, and each and every price is individually each and every beer is individually priced, so loving that. This beer has a 6.5 ABV. Typically American IPAs come in between 5.5 and 7.5 on the ABV scale, so it's about mid-range. Also, according to Untappd, it has 55 IBUs. Typically, an American IPA comes in between 40 and 70 on the IBU range, so it's basically at the low end of the mid-range for the IBU scale. 3 of my friends on Untappd have given this beer a cumulative score of 3.5. 3,343 of us on Untappd have given it a cumulative score of 3.75. Beer Advocate has had only 10 rankings with an average score of 3.66. An overall score of 85 means that this beer has been ranked very good on Beer Advocate. This beer is 2 months old at the time of this recording, so you IPA purists who believe that an IPA should be no more than 90 days old, it's well within range. For you ultra purists who believe that an IPA should be no more than 30 days old, well, I don't know what to tell you. So anyway, this is my first time trying a beer from this brewer. The next beer will actually be part of this. I don't know whether this is a series or whether this is part of their whole thing, but they seem to have a lot of video game references in their beers. The next one, I forget the name of it exactly, and I want to say. Well, hell, anyway, suffice to say that the next review will also be from Level Beer, and it also has a video game sort of theme to it. So there you have it. I'm going to go ahead and crack this bad boy open. This beer is described by the brewer as being a big, juicy citrus hop aroma with lots of hop flavor and moderate bitterness, balanced by a smooth malt backbone. And that's ultimately what an IPA is supposed to be. It's supposed to be super bitter, it's supposed to have nice bitter hoppiness to it, and then a nice malt backbone to kind of temper it. Alright, so we got super duper amounts of sun today. Today's been sort of a strange day. It's been raining and sunny all day long. But I'm going to describe that as medium-high carbonation. We got lots and lots of tiny little bubbles in there. Lots of them, in fact. Not seeing much in the way of lacing. It was a 6.5 ABV, so I'm seeing just a tiny bit of lacing, and that's about what I would expect for that end of the ABV scale. This head is fairly resilient. Doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Not overly heady or foamy, but still not dissipating like you might expect it to. This is a really nice golden color, very hazy. I'm not able to see my hand through on the other side. So despite not being listed as a hazy, it does have sort of that, well, but the thing is it's not really hazy, it's not opaque either. So it's just almost a muddled golden color. But let's give this a quick beard wipe, see what I encounter. Smelled a lot of peachiness just then, a lot of peachy and fruitiness. Let me stick my schnoz in directly and see what else I can encounter. A lot of hoppiness. Sometimes hops can take on a sort of a peachy aroma. I'm going to wait for this fighter jet to fly past. Sorry about that. I live kind of close to PDX, so you know I get the sounds of the airplanes overhead. So anyway, I think I've described this beer as much as I possibly can. I think it's time to start some drinking, don't you? Cheers. Well, I'm going to describe that as a medium-low mouthfeel. Not a lot of spikiness to it. Just the slightest tinge of alcohol burn. And as I'm pouring this, I'm seeing some sediment fall from the bottom of the can, which I'm loving. Macro brewers do not allow that sediment to exist in their beers. microbrewers do. That's when you know you've got a true microbrewer, when they're allowing sediment to persist with the unfiltered IPA. So I appreciate that. I'm going to describe this as being actually a little sweeter than I was kind of expecting. Almost an iced tea flavor. Not a full-on iced tea flavor, but just kind of a little bit of iced tea. If you're familiar with the passion fruit tea at Cheesecake Factory, imagine if that was turned into a beer. Kind of tastes like that. Of course, there's lots of hoppy bitterness too, so maybe that's a bad comparison, because that tea at Cheesecake Factory certainly doesn't have any hoppy bitterness to it, but it's very sweet, kind of fruity, kind of tropical. Digging this a lot. It says barn brewed in Portland, Oregon. I'm not exactly certain where that barn is. I'm guessing, as I said, that 5-mile range where I listed, the address that I looked up and saw was about 5 miles from me. Let's see, what do I want to give this beer? Well, I'm thinking, I know I've been really generous with my scores lately, I know, but I've been drinking great beers up here in Portland and I'm loving it. I'm going to go ahead and give the beer itself a 4.0 for arriving in a can. It's going to get that extra 0.25. So I'll be giving it a cumulative score of 4.25 on Untappd. I think this is a really good, nice, tropical, fruity, and somehow even peachy beer, even though it's tropical. It's got a lot of fruitiness to it, as well as that hop bitterness. And I'm really enjoying this beer. And I'm anticipating I'm probably going to like the other beer that's coming from there too, but we're just going to have to see. Well, guys, if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out my other channel, Fat 50 and Running a Marathon, where I chronicle my efforts to turn from this into a runner's body. And until next time, drink good beer and don't break the bank doing it. Cheers!